Thank you, Senator Sheehy. Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I do want to thank all of you for your willingness to serve and all the families behind you, supporting you. They often are serving as well. Maybe sometimes those jobs are even harder than what you're getting ready to do. So thank you to everybody here. I want to get a commitment from all the nominees here, if confirmed, to come on up to Alaska to see the what Billy Mitchell, the father of the U.S. Air Force, called the most strategic place in the world. We are home to three pillars of America's military might. We're the cornerstone of missile defense. We are the hub of air combat power for the Arctic and Asia Pacific, with over 100 fifth-generation fighters in Alaska, and we are the platform for expeditionary forces like the 11th Airborne Division of the U.S. Army, go anywhere in the world in a moment's notice. So can I get a commitment from all of you to come on up to Alaska?
Senator, yes.
Gladly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be in the summer when the salmon are running like right now. You can be in the winter when it's 40 below zero and you go to Fort Greely and see our missile defenses. Is that all right? The Russians and Chinese like to come to Alaska. We had another Russian incursion in our ADAs last week where our military scrambled F-22s and F-35s and F-16s to go intercept the Russians. They're up there all the time. So are the Chinese. They're doing joint strategic bomber and Navy ops, and a lot of times our media and military, well, our military is great on this, but a lot of times nobody down here even knows what's going on in Alaska. So it's a busy place with our frontline adversaries taking a lot of interest because of our strategic location and the buildup of our military forces. I wanted to switch to another topic. In Alaska, particularly with regard to the Army and the Air Force, but all our forces, we've had a spate of active duty suicides, particularly the Army. Very, very high spikes in suicides. And I want to get your thoughts. Some of you would be, Mr. Coleman, you'll be very focused on this issue. Some of you on the general counsel side, Mr. Denton, maybe not so much, but it's a really big issue that impacts all the forces and, of course, families. And I just want to get a sense from any of you if you have thoughts on how to address that, how to focus it. My view has always been, you know, you get units that train hard, that know what their mission is. Those kind of challenges often subside. But there are other aspects to it. But it's a big deal, and I try to keep an eye on it, not just for Alaska troops, but all of our military troops. So maybe, Mr. Coleman, I can start with you if there's any thoughts, and others, too, if you're thinking about this.
Senator, thank you for the question. And suicide is a scourge for both active duty and veterans. It's been persistent, and we've been at a hard time making headway. You know, the numbers over the past 10 years have unfortunately stayed pretty persistent. I think there are some emerging efforts on the civilian side that are showing some good promise. I went to an event in February where a new approach was being used by someone who's been in the space for a while. So if confirmed, I look forward to understanding what the current state of the programmatic efforts are. I know this committee has been committed to that through things like the Brandon Act and others, and then figure out what's working with groups like the VA and other nonprofits to see what we could augment the already existing work in. And I'll also emphasize, I think it's to your point, Senator, as well, meaning and purpose goes a long way.
It does.
And if we can infuse meaning and purpose in what all of our sailors and Marines and even civilians are doing, that's a first step. It's not the only step, but it's an important first step.
Good. Any other thoughts on this topic? Let me turn to one final topic. It's the Small Business 8A contracting program. We have companies in Alaska that have done a very good job on that, and the report cards they keep coming back are, for the DoD, it makes it more efficient, more lethal. This program, we think, has worked really well to help underserved communities in my state get a chance at business with the federal government, but also it's made the Pentagon a lot more efficient and lethal there's elements of that program that provide flexibility for the Department of Defense to pursue contracts in a way that often don't exist with other federal contracts because they're very burdensome and full of red tape. Can I get your commitment, and I'll ask in the queue for more details, to be a strong supporter of that program as it regards to the small businesses, 8A contracting, and the Pentagon? Can I get everybody's commitment on that? Go ahead, you need to say yes.
Senator, yes.
Yes, Senator.
Yes.
Yes, Senator.
Yes, Senator.
Great, okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.